P, you know what's scary? It's not the diseases that cause pain or obvious symptoms. P, it's the ones that quietly build up in your body for years, sometimes decades. Before you even notice something's wrong, these are the real killers, the ones that give no warning signs. P, no discomfort, nothing that makes you stop and say, hey, something's off. You feel fine, you look fine, but inside, things are going downhill fast. Now, this is especially true for men after the age of 50, because at that stage, your body's ability to repair itself starts slowing down. The little signals that used to show up in your 30s or 40s, fatigue, mild inflammation, blood pressure spikes, you might just ignore those now, thinking they're normal signs of aging. But the truth is, these silent conditions can be quietly eating away at your health. For example, P. Most people don't realize that heart disease can progress for decades before you ever have chest pain. Your arteries could be narrowing right now, but you won't feel it until one day, P. something sudden happens. The same goes for type 2 diabetes. You don't wake up one morning with it. It's a slow process. Insulin resistance builds up year after year, driven by diet, stress, P, and sleep problems, until suddenly your blood sugar is out of control. And here's the thing, these diseases don't come out of nowhere. They're lifestyle diseases. P, meaning they develop based on how you live, what you eat, how much you move, and when you rest. But the problem is, because they're silent, most people don't take them seriously until it's too late. That's why I always say prevention starts long before the diagnosis. You have to listen to your body when it whispers, not when it screams. That means understanding the early P hidden warning signs like fatigue after meals, poor recovery from workouts, or waking up tired even after 8 hours of sleep. These aren't just random annoyances. P, they're signals that something deeper might be happening inside your body. In the next part, P, we'll talk about the top silent killers that show up without symptoms and how they can slowly steal your health if you don't know what to look for. P, let's talk about the silent killers, the diseases that don't knock on your door before they walk right in. You don't feel pain. You don't get a rash. You don't even get a fever. They just slowly change the chemistry inside your body until one day it's too late. The first one is insulin resistance. It's the foundation for so many problems. Type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, heart disease, even some forms of dementia. What's tricky about insulin resistance is that you can have it for 10 or 20 years without a single noticeable symptom. P, you might even have normal blood sugar levels on a test, but doesn't mean you're healthy. The problem is your insulin levels are high and your cells have stopped responding to it. P, you can't feel that happening. The next one is fatty liver disease, and here's what's shocking: most people who have it aren't heavy drinkers. In fact, P, the most common cause now is sugar, especially fructose from processed foods and sweetened drinks. The liver quietly fills up with fat and you don't feel pain or bloating. But over time, P, this fat leads to inflammation and scarring. Eventually, it can turn into cirrhosis, even if you never touch alcohol. Then there's hypertension, high blood pressure. P, this one is called the silent killer for a reason. You don't feel it, you don't see it, but it's putting massive pressure on your heart and blood vessels every single day. P, it's like driving a car with the engine constantly running hot. Eventually, something's going to break. And another big one, chronic inflammation. You don't feel inflammation directly, but it's the root cause behind nearly every major degenerative disease. Heart problems, joint issues, cognitive decline. Chronic inflammation happens quietly, triggered by stress, poor diet, P, lack of sleep, and toxins in your environment. These are the diseases most men over 50 need to be aware of, not because they're new, but because they're invisible until the damage is done. In the next part, P, we'll get into how these conditions develop, what actually causes your body to go from balanced to overloaded, and what lifestyle changes can stop the damage before it's too late. With small P, daily habits, the kind of things most people don't even think twice about. It's what you eat, how you sleep, how often you move, and even how you handle stress. P, all those little choices add up over time. Let's take insulin resistance again. Every time you eat something loaded with sugar or refined carbs, white bread, pasta, soda, pastries, your body releases insulin to push that sugar into your cells. That's normal. But when you're eating like that all day, every day, your cells get tired of seeing insulin. P, they start ignoring it. So your pancreas makes even more, and the more insulin you have circulating, the more fat your body stores, especially around the belly. P, you might not see it as a problem at first, but that's how the cycle starts. Then there's chronic inflammation, the hidden fire inside your body. It often starts with stress, poor sleep, and processed foods. When you're under stress all the time, your cortisol levels stay high. That might not sound like a big deal, but constant cortisol release raises your blood sugar. P, increases fat storage and weakens your immune system. You might feel a little tired or foggy, but nothing serious enough to stop your routine. That's the danger. And fatty liver. P. It's one of the most misunderstood conditions out there. Your liver has to process everything: sugar, chemicals, medications, alcohol, fats. When it gets overloaded, P. It starts storing fat as a defense mechanism. That's its way of protecting you. But when it can't keep up, it becomes inflamed and sluggish. You don't feel pain, but you might notice you're more tired, have brain fog, or crave sweets more often. Over time, all these small imbalances stack up. Your blood pressure creeps up, your energy drops. P. Your memory gets foggier. And you tell yourself it's just getting older. But it's not. It's your body quietly warning you that it's losing balance. In the next part, P, we'll go over how to reverse this process, what you can start doing today to prevent or even undo the silent damage before it turns into something serious. Your body is incredibly smart. It knows how to heal itself if you just give it the right conditions. You can't out-medicate a lifestyle problem, but you can absolutely reverse the damage by changing your habits. The first key is timing. When you eat, not just what you eat. Most people graze all day long. They snack between meals, sip on sugary coffee, and constantly spike insulin. P. That's why insulin resistance never gets a break. You need to give your body time to rest and repair between meals. Try starting with 3 meals a day, no snacks. Over time, P. Shorten your eating window, maybe 8 hours, so your body can spend more time burning fat and cleaning up damaged cells. That process is called autophagy, P, and it's one of the most powerful anti-aging tools you have. Next, focus on nutrient density. Your body doesn't crave calories, it craves nutrients. When you eat processed food, you might feel full, but your cells are starving for minerals, vitamins, and amino acids. Build your meals around real food, vegetables, high-quality protein, healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. Cut down on sugar, P, refined carbs, and seed oils. That alone can transform your energy and reduce inflammation. Then there's movement. I'm not talking about running marathons. I mean consistent, P, moderate activity, walking, resistance training, stretching. When you move your body, you improve blood flow, balance hormones, and reduce insulin resistance. It's one of the simplest, most powerful ways to protect your heart, liver, and brain. And finally, sleep and stress. Your body does its repair work when you sleep. P. Skipping sleep or living in a constant state of stress keeps your cortisol high and blocks your healing. Create a routine. Dim the lights at night. Avoid screens an hour before bed. P. And focus on deep breathing or quiet reflection. You'll be amazed at how much better your body functions when you give it proper rest. In the final part, we'll talk about how to maintain these changes long term. The mindset and small daily habits that keep you protected from these silent diseases for the rest of your life. P. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that real health doesn't happen overnight. It's not about a quick fix or some miracle supplement. P. It's about creating an environment where your body can thrive long term. Because the same habits that protect you from silent diseases also help you age better, think clearer, and feel stronger every day. Start simple. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick 1 or 2 things you can do today, maybe cutting out snacks between meals or replacing your sugary drink with water or herbal tea. Small wins build momentum, and once you start feeling the difference, more energy, better focus, lighter digestion, it becomes easier to keep going. Stay consistent with your timing. Give your body those healing windows where insulin drops, inflammation quiets down, and fat burning kicks in. Remember, every hour you spend not eating processed food is an hour your body gets to repair itself. Keep your focus on real food. Every bite you take either supports your body or stresses it. P. Choose foods that work for you, not against you. And if you ever feel like you've slipped off track, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on. Your body responds quickly once you stop overwhelming it. And finally, stay aware. That's the key. Most people ignore the small signs: fatigue, brain fog, poor recovery, P or midsection weight gain, thinking it's normal. But it's not normal, it's feedback. Your body is talking to you. If you listen early, you can prevent 90% of the problems people face later in life. You see, health isn't about avoiding disease. It's about building resilience, giving your body what it needs to stay balanced, strong, and adaptable. And when you do that, P, you don't have to live in fear of silent diseases because you've taken control of your own health. So take this as your wake-up call. Start today, not next week, not after the holidays. P, your future self will thank you for the changes you make right now.